The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. Just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'm trying to do better here. Now a 2nd and 2. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were terrific last week in the victory over Kansas City.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. Not much happening offensively here early on. That's 2 drives and 0 first downs. This defense, they've come to play, and they're the better of the 2 units here so far.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Quick throw knocked away and incomplete. These 2 teams, you may recall, they didn't play each other till late in the year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in Week 13, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 10. Now Milton. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And some space here. Still going. Off to the races. Inside the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Ashton Genty, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds.
Well, he gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gaston. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first down, hits Hampton. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. So it's a gain of 12 there on the reception. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
Brings up 3rd and less than a yard.
Throwing quickly, and Herbert completes it. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
Down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Set. 5-9, 5-9. 380.
Herbert back to the air. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And it's thrown complete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
380.
Johnston sent in motion.
Go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Tyree Wilson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
Cameron Dicker for the Chargers field goal.
And this one is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time I look and repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after getting up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On the set.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
Tag. Rocco 80.
Milton. And this one's incomplete. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 18, Pioneer.
To throw, it's Milton. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. First down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
The run straight ahead with Genty. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. The Raiders at 12 and 4 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ready,
and from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And he'll get nothing out of that one.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. On the give, Genty. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much.
Let's go. Gravity Lions. Ready.
Right back to Genty on 1st down. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Ready.
Here's Milton now to throw. Completes this one to Thornton. Minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Thornton Jr. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Ready, set.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
70. Ready.
Looking to throw. Milton. Hard throw. Incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the 2 teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he's going to wind up bringing this this one inside the 45-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
5-9.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. He's got the hook up downfield to McConkey. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Lad McConkey, 41 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And we are even at 10 apiece. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Cowboy 80. Cowboy 80.
They'll go again with Genty. Now inside the 25. And they will finally drag him down at the Chargers' 19-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free. But we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Panther 60. Panther 60.
Back to throw. Milton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
10 more yards.
Sometimes when you run a screen pass down in the red zone, it's really tough to create a lot of room to operate. The field's pretty condensed. But that was really well designed there, and they're able to pick up a 1st down.
Now a handoff running for the middle. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
All tied up at 10. 2 minutes left in the first half. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Press roll 80. Here we go. Set. 18. Cougar 19. Ready.
Looking to throw. Milton. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Charger drive about to get going. The drive begins with a carry by Hampton. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
I think they're headed of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. He'll check this one down to Hampton. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. Herbert going to give to Hampton. And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
A gain of 10 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to Hampton on first down. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Herbert now. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
A gain of 12. First down, Chargers.
Hey, go line.
Here's Herbert. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hampton. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
15 more yards.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now it's Herbert. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Hey, count. Delta.
In motion goes the tight end. Again, Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Lad McConkey as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Makes the score.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
Raiders
And
10.
that makes it a 17-10 score. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Come on. 60 Eagles. Mustang 19.
To throw is Milton. That's to Bash over the middle. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Milton working downfield. He's got Thornton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. One touchdown is the difference. 17-10 our score, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Kendall Fuller in on the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Herbert. Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick. And the Raiders will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they just got a little help from their defense forcing the turnover. Now can they make that pay off in points?
They need to, partner. They're down on the scoreboard. Need to take advantage of those opportunities, and this is a good one right in front of them.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of 12 yards. And the Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing is Milton. That's complete. Jensen out of the backfield. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Bronco 80. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates.
Here's Milton. Over the middle, complete. That's Tucker. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So from the 37, here's 2nd down and 3.
Go! Ready?
Here's a toss to Genty, headed right. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 82 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Ready? Set. Ready, ready.
Now Milton. Short throw caught by Bowers. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2.
Come on, come on. Set. Cougar 19.
Back to throw. Milton. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Go.
Throw left side complete. That's Thornton. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. And they just keep marching right along. 1st down on a pickup of 8 there.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. They'll get this out to Genty. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Oh, able to avoid him. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The interception on the last drive proved costly, led to the tying score, so 17 all as they come up on a 1st down. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Third and 8. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3-and-out.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. He'll look to set up his blockers. 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm not no much a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Milton. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Milton. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. This is taken at the 10. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
It's a gain of 7.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Chargers, first down. A gain of 5. First down, Chargers.
Zone read, a give to Hampton. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
19 yards.
63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Herbert. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Out of the gun, Herbert. That's complete. Lambert Smith. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
They'll look to throw again. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here.
61-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
At their own 29-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for Las Vegas. First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Milton. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now a second and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Go.
A run out of the gun to Genty. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
42-yard line.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Trap 60, trap 60. Move. Ready.
Here's Milton now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. Bear broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Chandler, 19 Tiger.
They'll keep it on the ground. Fire. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Ready.
To throw, it's Milton. That's caught by Tucker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
It's a gain of 14
They've got another
yards.
first down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
First down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Cougar 19 Cardinal.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he went nowhere. He'll lose lose yardage back to the 29. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Milton. Open man is Tucker. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Let's go. Cook 70, Timberwolves.
They'll try to run for Regenti. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
70 Lions. Go.
Operating from the gun. Milton. He'll drop this underneath for Regenti. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Here's a 2nd and 7.
19. Back. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Looking to throw. Milton. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of it. I just love how they're going about trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense that's going to go into a shell. They're going to keep exploiting weaknesses where they see them. And that's a huge pickup there with the game in the balance.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Set. 380. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Ready?
Now it's Herbert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Set. Campo. Go.
Now Herbert. And he's across for a touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Dicker down to tack on the extra point.
For the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Makes the score Chargers 27, Raiders 17.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Ready? 60 Eagles. Panther 11. Let go.
To throw is Milton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
Touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And out the middle across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that big.
Nowhere to go here. He wants the football. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And the lead is now 24.
Chargers 41, Raiders 17.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. And that's going to be incomplete.
These guys are not going to go out with their tails between their legs. They're going to keep taking their shots until the clock's at 0-0. But that one, like a lot of others, winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Ready? Crack up, Warriors, 70. Ready?
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for L.A., a win here in Week 18 means they'll finish off the regular season at a very strong 12-5. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they finish up the regular season with a mark of 12-5. And they'll get their shot at playoff football as they'll be on the road next week as a wild card. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.